Hi, my name is Nick, and I'm a sales engineer with Tricerat. Today, I'd like to give you a high-level overview of our ScrewDrivers Enterprise print management solution and discuss how it can assist in resolving various print management challenges in your environment. But first, a little bit about us. Tricerat has been obsessed with printing and scanning for more than 23 years. We started pioneering the first ever virtual print driver and developed our own page description language. Since then, we have expanded our technology stack to an entire suite of printing and scanning solutions that enable even the most complex IT environments to experience simplicity and steep bottom-line savings. Our support team has an average NPS rating of 73 and always show up to deliver unique customer success to our 10,000 plus global customer base. Starting off, let's talk a little bit about our ScrewDrivers virtual driver. At its core, the ScrewDrivers virtual driver aims to present a virtual printer to user session that's reliable and, most importantly, with full native functionality regardless of manufacturer. Paired with our ScrewDriver Enterprise technology's ability to control the print data stream, we can compress those print jobs to ensure faster print times as well as securing the print job using TLS 1.2 end-to-end. Utilizing a light touch approach, our solution can seamlessly and easily layer on top of your existing VDI or workstation environment and provide its full range of features, even in the most complex of IT environments. With our dashboard's ability to provide a laser-focused window into your printing environment, it provides the ability to configure complex print assignment scenarios with a couple of clicks. And due to its centralized and lightweight nature, it'll grow with you as you scale up your IT environment to meet end user needs. So let's go ahead and take a quick peek at how our dashboard functions, and we'll wrap up with a quick look at the end user experience for desktop and mobile printing. Okay, and here we are, the ScrewDrivers administration dashboard. In this dashboard, you can manage everything from print server printers to direct IP printers, as well as scanner and printer redirection policies. And to top it all off, it is integrated with the Active Directory in order to make printer assignments that much easier. Now, when I say integrated with Active Directory, I do mean that we take a read-only copy of the Active Directory and we put it into our database backend so that we have an idea of how various printer objects relate to various AD objects and their users. So for example, we can assign printers on a user level. We can assign printers on an OU or a security or a domain level. We can even assign printers to computer objects. But even more, on top of that, going to the network section, we can also create IP address range objects as well as custom host named objects for devices that are not on the domain. The IP range object is a very interesting one in that it can help you automate some of your printer assignments depending on the user's location and where they're logging in from. Now that we have an understanding to how the Active Directory plays a role with our printer assignment philosophy, we can now go ahead and assign a printer. Now, for this example, I'll be assigning a printer from one of my print servers that I've imported into our dashboard. We'll get into the details of how I did that and what that really means in just a few minutes. But as an example, I just wanted to show you how to get this printer assigned. First thing first, we have our printer. Now we have to find our user. In this example, I'll be assigning to this user object, but again, you can assign to any level of the Active Directory, whether it's a group, a user, or otherwise. Now I select this printer, and all I have to do really now is to drag and drop it and pick its behavior. There's a couple of options here, but for now, we'll just pick always show this printer. And boom, that's it. Now the printer is in the user session. If the user is already logged in, they can utilize our optional ScrewDrivers Printers app to refresh their printer in the middle of their session, thus eliminating downtime while they log off and log back in. Or if they're logged off, the next time they log on to their session, they'll see this printer built. And most importantly, this printer will build utilizing our virtual print driver, and we'll get into the details of that here in just a second. Now that we've assigned a printer, I've already alluded a little bit as to how our print server functionality works, but let's dive into it just a little bit. So in order to add the print server into our dashboard, we need to install the print server agent on the actual Windows print server. Once that's there, this agent does a couple of things for us. The first thing is it lets us import and view the printers in our single pane of glass dashboard here. So if you have multiple print servers, you can view all of them from one window. The second thing it does is it allows us to control that print data stream we talked about earlier, and allows us for our own lane of traffic, if you will, to ensure the fastest possible jobs and the most stable print jobs that we can provide. When printers build utilizing our print server technology, they will build in the user session utilizing the virtual driver we discussed earlier. So with that in mind, we don't have to worry about native print drivers on end user endpoints ever again. All we have to make sure is that our ScrewDrivers session agent is installed so that our printers can be built when the user needs them. And with that, let's take a look at our Managed Printers functionality. Our Managed Printers functionality lets you import, manage, and assign direct IP printers utilizing their own native drivers that we have imported into our product using our printer discovery tool. So as an example, this Xerox hallway printer When assigned, we'll build in the user session as a direct-IP printer utilizing the Xerox Global Print driver as shown here. If needed, I can use a different driver that I've imported from this dropdown. To further enhance the end-user experience, our Manage Printers functionality has the ability to present users with printer setting profiles so that they can have pre-built print settings for their various print scenarios. The Manage Printers functionality is great for remote sites that do not have a print server or have a slower connection to HQ, various applications that require native drivers in order to print, and just a general centralization and management of your native drivers. ScrewDrivers Enterprise also has the capabilities to set up multiple printer redirection and scanning redirection policies. Our redirection software utilizes our virtual driver that we discussed earlier, so when we assign a redirection policy to a user and that user logs in, they will have their local printers redirected utilizing our virtual driver. As for scanning, when our scanners virtualize in the user session, they virtualize as Twain data sources. So for this specific functionality, we do require an application to accept Twain data sources in order for us to scan into them. Let's take a look at the end user experience with ScrewDrivers Enterprise. When a user first logs in, their printers build as they normally do and show up in devices and printers. The main difference in how folks view their printers is the naming convention and the print driver used if our virtual print driver is being utilized. The naming convention is fully customizable by the admin in the dashboard. From there, let's open up our ScrewDrivers Printers app and discuss a few things. The Printers app will show the user their current list of printers with the ability to add printers from a user-assigned list if our self-service approach is being utilized. Users are also able to configure their own printer profiles here as well to have various pre-built settings for print jobs. Users can go to our Settings tab here to refresh their print queues. So as an example, if a new printer was needed for a user mid-session, it could be assigned by IT and built without logging off or back in by the user clicking the Refresh Printers button down below. And lastly, we can present printers in a more visual form. By importing floor plan images, admins can set up maps with various printer pins so that users can open up the map and more visually understand where the printer they need is in relation to them. And now let's take a look at our ScrewDrivers mobile app experience. The ScrewDrivers mobile app allows administrators to deliver print server printers to Apple and Android devices. In this example, I will be using an iPhone. The first thing we do is authenticate with our ScrewDrivers Printers app using the usual AD credentials users would have. Once we authenticate, we can see the list of printers that we have access to based on the various assignments in the admin dashboard. Once authenticated, we can go to any app to print the print job to the ScrewDrivers printer by selecting Share and clicking on ScrewDrivers Printers near the bottom. Once the job is ready to send, we can send this back to our app so that we can actually print the job. And that's it. All we have to do now is hit print, and the print job will go straight to the Xerox printer through the print server and deliver to the user. And it's as easy as that. With a few simple clicks, we're able to deliver network printers to your users and provide the full range of experience for printing. Now that you have a general idea of how it looks and functions, please reach out to our sales team for a more detailed technical demo that is more tailored to your unique print environment. All our software comes with a free 30-day trial that is fully functional with no limits on printer use or features. And you'll have a dedicated engineer to work with on getting the trial set up in your environment with our white glove approach to deployment and installation. Thank you for watching the demo video. I hope I was able to show you how our ScrewDrivers solution can optimize and improve your printing infrastructure. It's a saying here at Tricerat that technology should empower those who use it. Printing should just work. And with us, it does.